LasVegasDiscount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. LasVegasDiscount.net. LasVegasDiscount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit LasVegasDiscount.net.
Welcome to humanity. This is our one.
Whatever it takes, we got to say whatever it takes is what it took.
This is Brock Lesnar, and you're listening to FightNet Radio.
Yo, hi, this is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to FightNet Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen to FightNet Radio.
Lee Harvey Oswald, what's your name? I know how am I supposed to know you?
This is Frank Shamrock. We're listening to FightNet Radio.
Hi, this is Tia, the Knockout St. John. You're listening to FightNet Radio, and there's no way I would ever touch Lee.
This is Chuck Jack Bivendell.
I am Stephen Bonner, and you're listening to FightNet Radio.
Dan Henderson, you're listening to FightNet Radio.
Everybody, welcome to FightNet Radio, where Lee's burning every bridge there is out there. All right.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1 hour television spectacular.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to FightNet Radio. I am Lee Honish, and I am joined by our resident bookie and bookmaker, Bobby Capucci. B-Cap is in the house. How you doing, Bobby?
Hey, what's going on, Lee?
You know, I'm geeked up. This is the weekend. Circled on my calendar. 3 glorious days of Las Vegas.
They're all glorious. As when the calendars first circled, all those days seem glorious. Let's hope they end up glorious.
That's that's all that matters. If it's actually the right time. I've actually been looking at golf times. I got a little bit of the day job on Friday. So this show, for those of you listening, is our kickoff to a wonderful weekend. Bobby and I are going out to TuffNUff on Saturday night. We'll talk about things to bet on, things to pick, things to and kind of our misadventures therein. So this show is the prelude to that show. So I don't want to go into everything. I guess we should bet up to the point of, Saturday and leave our Sunday picks for maybe a live recording. Ooh.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So where do we even start? Let's start with UFC 217. And have we discussed a recap of that? We have not discussed a recap of that, have we? We have not.
Nope, not yet.
All right, UFC 217, the recap. The day the titles changed. 3 title changes. The Hillbilly Chick wins in a huge upset. She was
gigantic.
She was, a 3-1 dog in that match?
Plus 500. She went off at plus 500.
Oh.
Yep.
And so, again, we're back to the age-old days of it doesn't matter, in the UFC. If it can happen, especially it will happen.
With the women especially. When there's those big numbers like that, it's, that's why I said on the show last week I had no desire to bet Joanna Jędrzejczyk at that price.
So let's talk about Joanna. Is that the champions? Did I get her name right?
Joanna.
Joanna. And her cry for peace.
No, that's the new champion. That's Rose Namajunas.
Namajunas, right. They've all got Junis and Juanis and whatever the hell in her name. Rose. Thug Rose.
Thug Rose.
Thug Rose. Okay. What do we know about Thug Rose? I mean, they're talking about this like it is this is like the miracle reception almost.
Yeah, this is a big upset. I mean, nobody saw this one coming, me included. I mean, I really didn't think that Thug Rose had a chance unless she somehow, caught a submission. I had never expected to see Joanna, tap due to strikes, and she did tap.
She did tap, and I don't know why they gave her the knockout. I don't know what's more prestigious, but she should get, the smart move would have been to give her a submission of the night. I don't think anybody has been submitted by punches to this point.
Yeah, no, I mean that was a serious beatdown. I mean, nobody expected that. Like I said, Rose Namajunas is, tough girl. There's no doubt about it. I mean, obviously she proved her mettle, and yeah, you got to give her a lot of respect. It harkens back to the Matt Serra victory over Georgia St. Pierre to me.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It is awfully close. Quite a night. I don't know if that's quite as exciting as what happened in the co-main event of the evening. Why is it so irritating that they call him Wonder Boy? Why is that eat at me so much that they refer to him? Stephen Thompson should be referred to as Stephen Thompson, but they keep calling him Wonder Boy repeatedly.
Or Wonder Man. I mean, he's like 35 years old or something.
Wonder Man, right?
Right. Or Wonder middle-aged white guy.
So let's talk. I'm out of order. It's Stephen Thompson was.
Yeah, that was the fight right before the
Rose. Yeah,
belt
I'm all
kicked
out.
off. Yeah, that was against Masvidal.
Okay, let's talk about. Let's give a big quick Masvidal and Wonder Boy. Why are they so high on him? I mean, the dude's been fighting for 10 years, it seems.
Well, he has a very aesthetically pleasing style. Fans like that kind of style. Yeah, they like the striking style. He has the hands down karate approach. Casual fans dig guys that are going to stand there and trade. And Wonder Boy, no matter what, he's going to come in and at least trade. So, I'm high on the guy too, but I see him as a fringe top 5 guy. I don't see him having a chance at the belt. I mean, he's had 2 shots and he's come up short. So unless Woodley loses the belt soon and there's a change, I really don't have any interest in seeing him fight for the belt again. That's for sure. Not against Woodley.
Yeah, I don't understand why it was the way it was. I mean, it's really shocking how they referred to him, and I mean, it was serious ball licking.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I just won a bet. Sorry about that little outburst. Rangers just got the over on an empty net goal.
We're going. Yeah, there was some serious ball licking. All right, co-main event. Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw, I know you're excited about it. I know that you got to see it live while I was at my daughter's recital, trying not to look at my phone. Between you and Andrew, I had boxing and UFC going at the same time. Another huge upset. Cody Garbrandt, the champion, coming in, talking all kinds of crap in and during the fight. Right down to not shaking hands. I was so blown away by that. TJ Dillashaw not shaken. Cody Garbrandt, the hybrid freestyle fighter versus TJ Dillashaw, the seasoned veteran, the always second best in the division, the foil to Dominic Cruz, the proverbial. It seems like that division has always been about Cruz and Dillashaw until Cody Garbrandt got in there and basically was going to be the man to clean up Dodge City.
Yeah, that was all the hype. He can't be beat after his primo performance against Cruz. Everybody was real high on Garbrandt. I was never really super high on this guy. We all know, guys that have been watching MMA a long time and have been involved know that there's 2 kinds of fighters in MMA: those that have losses and those that will have losses. And it comes down to styles in our sport. And TJ Dillashaw has the right kind of style to beat a guy like Garbrandt. Garbrandt is a very explosive guy, has a lot of power, very fast, counters well, but Dillashaw is the same kind of fighter, and Dillashaw has more tools than Garbrandt. See, Dillashaw uses those feet, those head kicks, ins and outs, and like I was saying on the show previously with the influence of Bang Ludwig, it has really refined his stand-up game.
Yeah, I agree. It was an entertaining fight. It gave us a lot, and it wasn't quick. I mean, I saw your comments, and I was like, oh, it must have been really quick. That was a meaty fight. I mean, there was a lot going on there, and I kind of agree that if the first round had gone on about 30 seconds longer, we might be having a different discussion at this moment.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what makes sports and fights so awesome. The mights that could have been and the would have beens, but what really ends up happening is, that for that one split second he had him hurt and he ran out of time. The next round comes out and Dillashaw has his wits about him, and Dillashaw comes in clean and he catches him with that kick to start things off, and then it was downhill from there for Garbrandt. Garbrandt has never been in a situation like that. He's always been the guy that's been, distributing the beatings. So when you get rocked like that for the first time, time on the big stage, it's eye opening, and he wasn't able to recover after TJ was putting it on him. I mean, he got saved by the ref because he was getting beat down.
It was really an entertaining matchup. There is which Rocky movie was it? The last Rocky movie where he actually fought in the ring. What was that? Rocky Balboa?
Oh, geez, I don't even know.
Really?
Yeah.
An Italian doesn't know. Really?
There's like 9 movies. I can tell you about all the Goodfellas and Godfather movies, however.
I think in Rocky Balboa, the guy who is in the corner of Antonio Tarver has a really great conversation with him when he starts to lose his head. He goes, "You've never been in a fight with Deepwater, where it's like a guy with straitjacket on you, where you feel like you can't breathe and the dude's just on you. You haven't had that defining moment, and every fighter has to have it." And it especially happened to Cody, and guess what? He couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
TJ
we talked about it
wasn't
all the
going
time.
anywhere. He wasn't buying any of it. He stood in there. He stood in the pocket. He traded. There was trash talking at the end of the first round. They're throwing the bird at each other. I loved it. Everything about it that makes me like MMA.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when you got these guys that get in the cage, everybody likes a couple of gentlemen, but we need villains. There needs to be heels as well. There needs to be guys that that go out there, like, for instance, the way the guy out in Brazil, Covington, the way Covington reacted after he won that fight. You need guys like that. As much as it makes people uncomfortable sometimes, at the end of the day, everyone needs to remember it's entertainment, and sometimes guys truly don't like each other. Like Dillashaw and Garbrandt truly did not like each other. That whole entire thing with, Dillashaw leaving Alpha Male, that wasn't all fabricated. That wasn't all created. All that stuff really happened.
Yeah, it was quite a big deal leading up to the fight, and he actually knocked a little sense. It looked like there was a show of respect after the fight. I guess getting knocked the fuck out, I mean, we'll tend to do that to a fighter. Cody was not there at the end of that fight. I mean, I know he jumped right back up and he wanted more, but watching him walk back over, he was definitely jacked.
Oh, yeah, he was on the corner of Where Am I in Queer Street, no doubt about it, on roller skates.
So here's the problem, and I've said it a million times in both boxing and mixed martial arts. The big problem, once you get your bell rung like that, you are never going to be the same fighter, period. It's like a light bulb that has a filament that's kind of loose. Once everybody knows you got the chin, it's kind of all over. Is Cody done, or does Cody have another fight in him?
Oh, no, I think he'll be back, but I think that some of that aura of that, he can't be beat, will be gone, and that'll give some of these guys that are going up against him a little bit of an edge in the gym leading up to the fight, thinking to themselves, oh, man, this is the guy that destroyed Dominic Cruz. This is going to be a tough fight. Now they have a bit of a blueprint to go on with Dillashaw, but replicating the way Dillashaw fights is very difficult. He's a very fluid fighter, and like we were talking about how he likes to get in and out so quickly, it's very rare in MMA to see guys do that, and he's starting to revolutionize that, and it's pretty fun to watch Dillashaw go to work.
Yeah, I'm ready for Dillashaw versus Cruz. I'm ready for it. I mean, that's ultimately the fight that everybody wants, and Cruz feels that that's the fight.
But Dillashaw wants Mighty Mouse. He said he's even willing to go down to Mighty Mouse's weight class to chase that belt and to chase Mighty Mouse.
Yeah,
so
that's a little crazy. I mean, here's the thing. I think TJ's got the skill level for it. I don't think he has the speed for it.
He'd have to catch him. It would have to be the absolute perfect game plan. But if anyone can make a game plan to do it, it'll be Dwayne Ludwig. I mean, remember when TJ Dillashaw beat Hanan Barrow? He was another guy. Nobody could beat Hanan Barrow. This guy's killing everybody. And then TJ Dillashaw with that great game planning and that almost surgical in and out. It's real tough for people to get in on that. And against Mighty Mouse, he will have the advantage. He will be the bigger guy, but that fight will be real interesting. It would really depend on the weight classes, and I'd have to really look at a lot of things going into that fight before I made a decision one way or the other. I would not be as confident in that fight as I was about our main event on this card. That's for sure.
It's time for the main event. Fighting out of the red corner, a grappler, 4 years in the making. I feel like I should do more of a build-up to this. Georges St. Pierre takes on Michael Bisping. The bad guy versus the good guy. This is everything you ever wanted short of a